What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about 5 different stocks today. We're going to be going over AI, C3AI for Fonzie, Coin and CIENA, CIENA for Honcho, INTC for Mr. G, and then Taiwan Semi for user TL6. And with that, let's get into it, you guys. My nose has been itching like all evening for some reason, so nothing funny going on here. It's just me itching my nose. And I'm not picking it. I'm just itching it. It itches, man. Top to bottom, relative high to relative low. You are above your 382. You kind of have a nice little double bottom here. It looks like you want to go up. It does. Looks like you want to go to this 61869 area between about $37 to $39, somewhere in that area, potentially even higher. You could break above $45 and go all the way up to this $77 to $60 area as well. Let's see how you interact with this 618 first. But it does look good. It definitely does look good. Looking at the daily, very nice move up. I feel like I was bullish on it in my last video. Maybe I wasn't, man. I have a history of remembering things wrong sometimes, but I think I was bullish on this thing a little bit, right? It looks good. Looks like it wants to continue, man. I would think it does. I like that daily RSI. I really do. Yeah. If I was bearish, I'm sorry. I was wrong because this looks good. But I think I was bullish, but I can be wrong. Let's see. Relative high to low. Oh, you tipped your 618. Maybe I was bearish. I really don't remember. I feel like I talked, if it wasn't yesterday, it was like the day before. I forget what I said on it, but this is a very positive reaction. I very much do think of going at least $37, if not $42. And with that, I mean, 37 to 42. Hold on. I mean, that would take you above here. That'd be really cool to see. And if you can get above 37 to 39, we'll see you at 60 to 77. So strong potential, definitely strong potential. I think the downside is eliminated for the time being. I do think you want to the volume's building as you're moving up. It looks good. RSI looks good on the daily. RSI is looking better on the weekly. Let's see how it goes. But yeah, I think it's going higher. Coin for Coinbase. Talking about it here. Very nice reversal last week. Almost a 10% pump. Bounced right off the green line. Previous areas of resistance, like to a T. I definitely was expecting prices to go a little bit lower. You know, for a while, like basically since this high, I've been calling for prices to go to about $100, $105, I want to say. Let's see. 105, yeah, is my call. 114 is where it went to, so maybe it doesn't go down there. Maybe that was the low. This looks, structurally speaking, this looks beautiful. Looks very, very beautiful. From the relative low to the high, bounce right off your 0.5, not common, but hey, that's enough. You are at your 236. This could be an area that you resist and you come back down lower. If you were to reject here, you probably would see that $100 area, maybe even to $95, but it doesn't have to happen that way. Relative low to high based on this, you know, it's really, really, really uncommon to find support on your 236, but maybe this is just so far out of touch that it doesn't matter, but you held that 236 pretty well. Who knows? I like the weekly RSI. I think it looks really nice. Daily RSI is looking good and productive as well. Bullish divergence, breaking the downtrend. Not a lot of volume. Definitely not a lot of volume, which is the one kind of concern that I have, I suppose. You could go lower. You still do have lower highs. Relative high to low here. Maybe you go up to 155, 160, and you find resistance, and then you go lower. Maybe you go to like 130 and then higher, or 138 and then go higher. Maybe you go lower than this low still, and those prices down around $105 to $95 are still on the table, potentially. But I don't know. From here, I definitely think you want to go up at least another $10 or so. 10, maybe even $20 from here. And then you probably find some resistance, you pull back. Let's see how it does. Right now, definitely bullish on Coinbase, especially with what Bitcoin's doing. But if Bitcoin sees some kind of reversal, some kind of major pullback from here, we could see this thing go down as well. I'm not really anticipating that though, but again, you never know. You never know what could happen. For now, I think it wants to go up. It looks good. So that's Coinbase, CIENA Corporation, looking bullish as well. That's not a friendly looking candle, but that's okay. I don't know. Very hot on the RSI, very strong looking RSI. The weekly RSI looks good too. Man, you're in this accumulation phase and you just broke out of it. It kind of looks good, man. I think you do want to continue higher, unless this is a fake out. If you were to turn red this week, that could change everything. But I think you're wanting to move to about $60 to $63 in a short amount of time, and potentially higher. You just broke out of this accumulation range, so you've been in for years, plural, years. Absolutely, you could move up to like $95 to $121 from here. It's possible. Yeah. And when I say from here, I don't mean like this year. It could happen this year, but it probably takes years to do that as well. This thing does not like to move up or down in straight lines, except for here, except for 2020. That wasn't even the COVID crash, but for some reason it dumped hard. I guess that's a pretty straight line up too, to be fair, and here, but I definitely don't think that you're going to make your way all the way up to this 1272 or this 1618 area. It could happen this year. We are still pretty early in the year, but I would think it's going to take time. If it were to happen, it would still take time. So nonetheless, I think you want to move up from here. Definitely do think you want to move up from here, at least a little bit more. If you were to pull back from here, it wouldn't be by much. You're at 56.88. Maybe you pull back to like $2 lower, something like that, $2.30 lower. But I think you want to go up. I think you just broke out of an accumulation range, and generally speaking, you get some pretty positive stuff with that. Anywhere between $72 really to $60 is on the table, to be completely fair, at least in the more immediate term. Somewhere in that white box of glory there. Sounded kind of wrong, but that's what we got. CN there, INTC, Intel Corporation for Mr. G. We're getting it right now, man. I might have written it down wrong. I don't have dyslexia, but I like to pretend I do. Let's see, top to bottom, 61869 area, rejected it. Common. It's not bad. It's just common. Rejecting the overbought zone. I don't like that necessarily. Having a hard time with this one. I want to be bullish on it. It could go a little bit lower and still be bullish. I mean, like you could go all the way down to like $38 and still look fine. To be fair, you could go all the way down to $36 and still look fine. In a very short amount of time too, but do you do that? I like that daily RSI. It's weak right now, but it's cooled off a lot, and it looks like it was relatively strong, and you're holding support on that oversold zone back out of the bearish area of control. Let's see how you do. Get above like $46.50. If you can do that and then take out those highs, you'll probably go to the $55 to $61 area over the coming weeks. I like it, at least temporarily. Let's see. Yeah, it doesn't look too bad, not too shabby. Yeah, okay, that did it for me. So I do think inevitably this thing does want to go to $90 to $130 to new all-time highs. Is it going to happen this month, this year? Maybe, maybe not. But I think you're going to see. I mean, if you were to go lower, the lowest I would give is like $36, and if you're to go higher, like the highest I would give is up here. So it looks pretty good. Looks pretty good for a long-term hold. It looks good. As far as short-term goes, it could go up, it could go down, it could go down a little bit. I don't know, but it looks pretty good. That's INTC. I'm sorry I can't give a more concise opinion on it. It's kind of wonky looking, but all in all, I think it looks good. Taiwan semi. What is that? TSM. That's right. Looking good. Like you want to see new all-time highs. Yes, you do. Very, very bullish. I feel like I was bullish on my last video with this, right? I think I said you're going to new all-time highs. Yeah. Because I made it last week or the week before with this positive reaction like that. Like, dude, you're going up to 184, 251. See you there. You broke above your 886. It's all over. It's all over but the upside, man. you are very, with a high degree of certainty, at least moving up to 184. At the most, 251.63. It looks really good. Yeah. Are you going to do it in a straight line? I mean, it could happen, but you're probably going to move up and move down and move up and move down. You know, you're going to do your thing. When you break these highs, you probably won't go back below those highs. So it's very possible that you could find resistance in this area, come back down to like where you are now, and then move up. Come back down even lower than you are now, and then move up. So don't be surprised, don't be scared if you move back below like 130, even 120. You're fine. Have faith and take solace in knowing that new all-time highs are upon you very soon. This looks really good. So bullish, dude. So bullish. Yeah, I wouldn't worry about it at all. I think it looks good. If it pulls back, not much from here. Really not much from here. If it goes up from here and pulls back a little bit, like still, it's got a lot more growing than it does pulling back to do. And that's all I have to say. So if you like the video, hit that like button, subscribe to see more. Very bullish one to finish it off with. Good job. So take care. Bye-bye.